What if the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't about flashy gimmicks this time, but about hidden upgrades that could quietly make it the smartest, most reliable phone Samsung has ever built? From a charging boost that flips your daily routine, to a display so bright it could embarrass Apple in broad daylight, leaks suggest this phone is gearing up to surprise us in ways no one saw coming. Welcome back, viewers. James here. If you enjoy these deep dives into the biggest upcoming tech, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. So let's jump right in. Because after years of frustration, Samsung might finally be pushing its charging speeds beyond the ceiling. For the longest time, the Ultra series was stuck at 45 watts. It didn't matter whether you bought the S22 Ultra, the S23 Ultra, or even last year's S25 Ultra. It was the same story every time. In 2022, 45 watts felt fine. But fast forward to 2025, and it's starting to look like a dinosaur compared to what OnePlus, Xiaomi, and Motorola have been pulling off. That's why the new leaks pointing toward a bump to 60 watts on the Galaxy S26 Ultra feel like a breath of fresh air. Now, is 60 watts earth-shattering? Not if you put it side by side with phones that are literally pulling 100 to 125 watts. But here's the twist. Samsung isn't chasing extreme speed, it's chasing reliability and consistency. With 60W, the S26 Ultra could dip below the 1-hour full charge mark on a massive 5000 mAh battery, which is a real quality of life difference. Imagine plugging in for 15 minutes before heading out and still having enough juice to last the day. That's the kind of upgrade that quietly transforms your daily routine. And here's where it gets more exciting. If the Ultra gets 60W, chances are Samsung won't leave the rest of the lineup behind. The S25 and S25 Edge were crawling at just 25 watts, but this year those might get bumped up to 40-50W. Suddenly, the entire S26 family could feel a lot faster and more competitive. But charging is just the start. The S26 Ultra is shaping up to be slimmer, possibly under 8mm thick without cutting battery size. That balance between elegance and endurance is something Apple still struggles with, but Samsung seems to be getting right. And then there's the display. Oh, this is where it gets spicy. Leaks point to Samsung pulling out its most advanced OLED yet, a 6.85-inch QHD FUF panel with 144 Hz refresh rate and 200 Hz touch sampling. That's faster, sharper, and more responsive than what we've ever seen on an Ultra. Pair that with Dolby Vision HDR7 FUS and Samsung's new M14 materials delivering insane peak brightness up to 6,000 nits, and you're basically carrying a portable IMAX screen in your pocket. Imagine watching HDR movies outdoors in full sunlight and still catching every tiny detail. That's the level Samsung's aiming for. But they're not stopping there. A rumored privacy display mode powered by AI could limit side-angle viewing, meaning the person next to you on the bus won't be sneaking a peek at your messages. Subtle. Yes. Useful. Absolutely. Now let's talk power under the hood. The S26 Ultra is rumored to pack Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. But here's the plot twist. Samsung may have scored the faster version exclusively. While other brands stick to the standard chip, Samsung could launch with a version clocked even higher, branded as the For Galaxy edition. If true, that means smoother gaming, more efficient multitasking, and another bragging right that sets the Ultra apart from rivals. And of course, the camera system, while not getting a radical overhaul, is expected to see refined AI processing, sharper sensors, and cleaner low-light shots. Samsung knows it already owns one of the best camera setups in the industry, so instead of reinventing, it's polishing. Sometimes, the small tweaks add up to a far bigger difference than flashy spec jumps. So where does that leave us? The Galaxy S26 Ultra may not be the flashiest leap Samsung has ever made. It won't win the fastest charging crown, and it probably won't launch with a dramatically different design. But here's the real takeaway: refinement is the theme this year. Slimmer build, smarter display, faster yet reliable charging, exclusive chip performance, and subtle but meaningful camera improvements. Together, these make the S26 Ultra less about chasing gimmicks and more about perfecting the everyday experience. And sometimes that's exactly what a flagship should be about.